This video is sponsored by Whale Street. Whale Street is the DeFi engine that powers NFT economics at a massive scale. It engineered B20, the largest ever NFT bundle containing 20 Beeple NFTs, fractionalizing it into the B20 token. The B20 buyout bundle option is now live. Anyone with 5% of the overall supply of B20 tokens can now bid to buy the entire bundle. Check it all out at b20.metaverse.fund. Thanks for the sponsorship.
Hello and welcome to Blockchain Gaming World with me, John Jordan. So in this video I'm having a look at the Ben MAURO Evolution NFT collection. So this, just to be clear, this is not a game, but this is a collection of NFTs that this guy Ben MAURO, who is a concept artist for films and games, has produced. So this is like a series of digital artworks he's been working on for a number of years, and sort of, I think it's kind of turned out well in terms of it being an NFT drop that's been very successful. So one of the reasons I'm interested in this is I think it's quite nice in terms of artwork, and the other reason is that this is running on the Vive marketplace, which runs on the Flow blockchain. So the Flow blockchain is from Dapper Labs, and is the blockchain that the NBA Top Shot collectible project is working on, and a whole bunch of games are coming to this blockchain. So I'm just quite interested in stuff that's happening on Flow at the moment. So I just kind of thought, because I was getting into this, I thought I'd do a video. So I was actually fairly annoyed when this NFT project started, because what they did was they had a kind of fixed time when these packs got sold, and there weren't actually that many packs. So you can see here there were 4,184 of the common packs, had 2 cards in each, selling for 9 Flow. So Flow is obviously the cryptocurrency that underpins the Flow blockchain. One Flow token is about $30 now. So one of these sort of packs was $270 for the common ones. We had the rare ones. So a rare pack was 1 rare card and 2 common cards. So and that was 29 Flow. So that's about $900. It's a bit less actually when these were dropped. And then the legendary pack has 1 legendary card, 1 rare card, and 3 common cards, and that's 88 Flow. So that's about sort of 2,000, sort of 500-ish. And these sold out really quickly. So literally the minute they went live, I actually was buying a rare pack, and that all went through fine. And then it said I was buying it, and then it just timed out. And then by the time I sort of refreshed the page and came back into the queue system, everything had sold out. So I was pretty peeved by that. Obviously, it was just a typical thing where too many people are trying to buy the packs, and either the interface or the blockchain, or the interface between the interface and the blockchain just kind of wigged out, and it just couldn't deal with it. So it was like accepting people, putting them into some sort of flow to interact with the blockchain, and then the whole thing just timed out, because basically you're sort of getting a DOS attack. It's not a DOS attack, clearly, it's just too much demand. So I was pretty peeved, but eventually I've sort of come back, and now so once you bought these packs, you didn't actually get to open them, so you sort of pre-ordered them, I suppose. They took the money, but you didn't get the packs for 2 weeks, and now the packs are available. So this is now, all these are, I don't know if all these packs are open actually, so presumably some people haven't opened their packs, but these are cards that have been opened from the packs. And we're now starting to see what I call price discovery, and I always think price discovery is the most interesting thing that happens in an NFT project, which is where you create a marketplace and let people who own these things trade them, and they sort of come to interesting decisions about what the most valuable ones are. I mean, obviously, in this case, and in the case of most of these NFT projects, the basic pricing is sort of anchored to things like, there's these common cards. So the first 11, so there's 21 cards in total. The first 11 are all common. So you can see the price does go up or down, but it's roughly within a range. And then we can see the first, sorry, I should say, so these obviously sold for 9 Flow, and you got 2 cards, so roughly You can think of each one of these cards being worth sort of 4.5 flow. So we can see already that the price of these has gone up. This one in particular, which is really nice, happy. It's a big happy sort of orangutan type ape. It seems to be one of the signature kind of artworks. So this one's priced almost like twice as much as these other ones, just because people think he looks cool. This one as well, this cerulean. This was this one and the Mako, I think, were the ones that were sort of used, and in fact are used up here as kind of like the signature artwork. So these ones again you'll tend to see are at a higher price because they have more kind of I don't know, people just kind of associate them with this project more. So we have the common ones, and we have these rare ones. So the rare ones obviously we're selling at 29 for a pack, but in the pack you've also got 2 common, so 9 of that. You could think nine of that flow was for the common cards, and the rare ones you could kind of think of were worth 20. And these are selling for well, you can see a multiple of kind of five times that. So these are maybe double. These ones are like 5 times that. And then the legendary ones, you get 3 common cards, 1 rare ones. If you do all the maths, I can't remember what it works out as. Something like, and obviously you're taking off 29 plus a 4.5, so it's 33.5. So that is kind of 55, roughly. Roughly, you're thinking about these legendary ones that kind of valued out of the pack at 55, and now you can see they're selling for certainly this one here is selling for almost 10 times. So we can see the multiples have the more rare the cards are, the obviously the higher the multiples. That probably is also to do with the fact there's more scarcity because maybe people haven't opened their packs. The people have bought the packs and not opened them because at some point they'll probably be able to trade the packs. But basically, the common cards, if you manage to get a pack, you've doubled your money. If you manage to get a rare pack, you've I can't remember what I said now. 20, you 4 times your money, and here you are getting on to 10 times, 5 or 10 times your money. Anyway, enough of that sort of waffling. So I actually own some of these cards, so we can actually see this now. So this is my account on the Vive marketplace. So it's running on the Flow blockchain. It is I guess at the moment it's one of those. It's a sort of custodial account in the sense I don't have the private keys, but that's sort of because the Flow blockchain isn't fully decentralized yet. So it's not really Vive's problem. It's more to do with the fact that the Flow blockchain is sort of building up. So it's working from a kind of a not fully decentralized set of validators. I guess that's the way of putting it. Anyway, so we can see here. This is my collection. We can see here. So I've bought. I've got 5 of these cards, or 5 of these characters. So the first set I bought were these sort of alien ones. And I'm keeping them. I'm not selling them. So we can go back to where are we here. But you can see I've got a bit more flow left. So the one I'm really interested in is Happy. So I'm going to buy Happy because I just think he's actually kind of super cool. So you can see this is what the NFT looks like. It's just like a slightly animated, but it's basically like it's an artwork that's slightly got a kind of zoom effect on. It's not animated per se. So you can see here, a bit like if you've ever done anything in NBA Top Shop, the lowest ask is 13.25, but we can see here there's different serial numbers. So there's it's 888. So you get people doing stupid things like this, charging 888 because that's a serial number. Bunch of Charlies really. For some reason, someone's trying 7,200. So what would that be? $200,000. I don't know. So usual things. People are trying to flip these at ridiculous prices. I mean, in a sense, no one knows what the price should be at the moment, and I guess higher serial numbers will have some sort of higher effect. But really, I think at this level, the serial number, sort of number 1, is the one that has the multiple. And so this one I'm looking at now is serial number 122. Which is actually quite a good serial number. I mean, it's not under 100, which is just probably some psychological kind of scenario. But that's what people have set these prices at, and this is the one that's the lowest ask. Obviously, I could go and buy any one I wanted to. If I wanted to buy that one at 50, I could do, but it sort of defaults to the lowest ask. So here's Happy. We have a little description, and if I'm going to buy that, I just kind of click through, and obviously I've got the flow in my wallet. It's not very nice, is that? Oh, look there, it kind of like stretches it out. But anyway, so now we're just waiting for the the typical blockchain purchasing kind of flow. It's always difficult to talk about the flow blockchain because you always talk about flow, and it's just going through a transaction. Normally, what happens here is the flow blockchain is actually pretty fast, but the problem is the bottleneck is the interface. So sort of the web interface doesn't refresh as quick. Okay, so there we go. So now I own Happy. What's interesting here, actually, you can see the I've noticed on this marketplace wallet, it does take quite a long time to refresh the amount of flow you've actually got in your wallet. Okay, so I might just have to. I think you can if you go to balance and refresh. Yeah. Okay, there we go. So we can see here, kind of a sort of a clear transactional thing. So you can see when the ones I bought, you can see the price you bought them at, and I guess obviously I've not sold anything yet. But if you wanted to go through and sell something, you could just go through and this is the serial number. If you're going to sell it, you can set the price. The artist, so Ben Mauro, gets 10% of any sale, and the marketplace gets 2.5%. And I've just set my price here, and obviously that kind of works out how you would expect. So let's get rid of that. So what have I got left? I've got 10 left, so I can get one more. So I've got all these ones already. Obviously I can't afford any of the expensive ones, and probably will be able to afford any of the expensive ones, because at the moment we're talking about $2,500 pretty much for those ones, and even more, so over $3,000 for those ones. So just looking at the price here, this collection one, I don't know why this collection one is kind of at a higher price, because it's sort of ugly. But I guess I'll go with the market, and let's see what we've got here. So it's not a particularly low serial number. So if I really cared about this sort of stuff, I would go for a lower serial number, maybe at a bit more expensive price. But these prices are ridiculous, so let's just go for the lowest ask, and we'll just kind of go for that as well. So this one's just an animation of the entire set. It's kind of a bit weird they put that one in there. But if that's the kind of selection, that's the selection that they put in. So there we go. That's what I've got so far. So I have to say, the other interesting thing to say, looking at these common ones. So the most expensive is Happy, because Happy is like the coolest one, and the least expensive one is this one, because it's just so different to the other ones. It's kind of a weird one to put in. This is sort of a version of a orang. No, it's this one, isn't it? Maybe it's Socrates. So this just kind of is just showing sort of the skull, but it looks a bit weird. So I think it's interesting that this sort of goes back to, I think, the idea of aesthetics in some of these art collections. Aesthetics has a fairly strong impact on the pricing. It's not significant. Happy is not priced at the price of one of the rare ones, and never will be, because obviously there's 888 of these, and there's only 100 of those. So no matter whether you think the Lycan is cool or not, the scarcity means Happy will never, or be highly unlikely to have the same pricing as that. But clearly, of all of them, if you just look at them, which is the one that has the most sort of impact to us, I would say Happy is the first one, and probably the other one would be Cornelius. Probably in general, the 8 ones are ones we just kind of have a more emotional attachment to. Of these 3 at least. These ones, when it starts getting aliens, they just look a bit odd. So anyway, enough waffling from me. So this is Blockchain Gaming World, the YouTube channel where really spend our time looking and thinking about blockchain and gaming, and looking for pointers really to see how this, what I believe, kind of new sector of gaming, how that's going to play out. I think it's going to be massively important. It's going to take a few years to kind of really go mainstream, and really for us to see kind of what works. This is really complicated stuff. This is taking games and then adding kind of computer money and digital art and ownership of those things, and it's going to be pretty deep, but trying to make sense of it at least. Thanks for watching the video. Please subscribe to the channel if you're interested in this stuff, and see you again soon.